prisoners to languish in want, giving them only what is stale and rancid, excusing himself afterwards by saying that it is not convenient for the prisoners to enjoy good health, because good health brings merry thoughts, because merriment improves the man, and the man ought not to be improved, because it is to the purveyor's interest that there be many criminals. What should we say if afterwards the government and the purveyor should agree between themselves that of the 10 or 12 cardos which one received for each criminal, the other should receive 5? Padre Fernandez bit his lip. Those are grave charges, he said, and you are overstepping the limits of our agreement. No, Padre, not if I continue to deal with the student question. The friars, and I do not say, you friars, since I do not confuse you with the common herd, the friars of all the orders have constituted themselves our many purveyors, yet they say in chains they proclaim that it is not expedient for us to become enlightened, because someday we shall declare ourselves free. That is just the same as not wishing the prisoner to be well fed so that he may improve and get out of prison. Liberty is to man what education is to the intelligence, and the friar's unwillingness to have it is the origin of our discontent. Instruction is given only to those who deserve it, rejoined Padre Fernandez dryly. To give it to men without character and without morality is to prostitute it. Why are they men without character and without morality? The Dominican shrugged his shoulders. Defects that they imbibe with their mother's milk, that they breathe in the bosom of the family. How do I know? Ah, no, Padre Fernandez, exclaimed the young man impetuously. You have not dared to go into the subject deeply. You have not wished to gaze into the depths from fear of finding yourself there in the darkness of your brethren. What we are, you have made us. People tyrannized over is forced to be hypocritical. People deny the truth must resort to lies. And he who makes himself a tyrant reads slaves. There is no morality, you say, so let it be. Even those statistics can refute you in that you are not committed crimes like those among other peoples, blinded by the fumes of their moralizers. But, without attempting now to analyze what it is that forms the character and how far the education received determines morality, I will agree with you that we are defective. Who is to blame for that? You for 3 centuries and a half have had in your hands our education, or will you submit to everything? If after 3 centuries and a half the artist has been able to produce only a caricature, stupid indeed he must be. Or bad enough the material he works upon. Spider still then, when, knowing it to be bad, he does not give it up, but goes on wasting time. Not only is he stupid, but he is a cheat and a robber, because he knows that his work is useless, yet continues to draw his salary. Not only is he stupid and a thief, he is a villain in that he prevents any other workman from trying his skill to see if he might not produce something worthwhile. The deadly jealousy of being competent. The reply was sharp and Padre Fernandez felt himself caught. To his gaze, a Saldani appeared gigantic, invincible, convincing, and for the first time in his life he felt beaten by a Filipino student. He repented of having provoked the argument, but it was too late to turn back. In this quandary, finding himself confronted with such a formidable adversary, he sought a strong shield and laid hold of the government. You impute all the faults to us, because you see only us, who are near, he said in a less hearty tone. It's natural it doesn't surprise me. A person hates the soldier or policeman who arrests him and not the judge who sends him to prison. You and we are both dancing to the same measure of music. If at the same note we lift your foot in unison with us, don't blame us for it. It's the music that is directing our movements. Do you think that we friars have no consciences and that we do not desire what is right? Do you believe that we do not think about you, that we do not heed our duty, that we only need to live, and live to rule? Would that it were so. But we, like you, follow the cadence, finding ourselves between seven chariots. Either you reject us or the government rejects us. The government commands, and he who commands, and must be obeyed. From which it may be inferred, remarked the Saldani with a bitter smile, that the government wishes our demoralization. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. What I meant to say is that there are rules, there are theories, there are laws, which, dictated with the best intention, produce the most deplorable consequences. I'll explain myself better by citing an example. To stand out a small evil, there are dictated many laws that cause greater evils still. Corruptissima in the Republic of Playomelides, said Tacitus. To prevent one case of fraud, there are provided 1.5 million preventive or humiliating regulations, which produce the immediate effect of awakening in the public the desire to loot and mock such regulations. To make a people criminal, there is nothing more needed than to doubt its virtue. Enact a law, not only here, but even in Spain, and you will see how the means of evading it will be sought, and this is for the very reason that the legislators have overlooked the fact that the more an object is hidden, the more a sight of it is desired. Why are rascality and astuteness regarded as great qualities in the Spanish people, when there is no other so noble, so proud, so chivalrous? Because our legislators, with the best intentions, have doubted its nobility, wounded its pride, challenged its chivalry. Do you wish to open in Spain a road among the rocks? Men place there an imperative notice forbidding the passage, and the people, in order to protest against the order, will leave the highway to clamber over the rocks. The day on which some legislator in Spain forbids virtue and commands vice, then all will become virtuous. The Dominican paused for a brief space, then resumed, but you may say that we are getting away from the subject, so I'll return to it. What I can say to you, is that the vices from which you suffer ought to be ascribed by you neither to us nor to the government. They are due to the imperfect organization of our social system. We want to that, none of that. One loses himself through excessive caution, lacking what is necessary and having too much of what is superfluous. If you admit those defects in your social system, replied the Saldani, why then do you undertake to regulate alien societies, instead of first devoting your attention to yourselves? You're getting away from the subject, young man. The theory and accomplished facts must be accepted. So let it be. I accept it because it is an accomplished fact, but I will further ask, why, if your social organization is defective, do you not change it or at least give heed to the cry of those who are injured by it? You're still far away. Let's talk about what the students want from the friars. From the moment when the friars hide themselves behind the government, the students have returned to it. The statement was true and there appeared no means of ignoring it. I'm not the government and I can't answer for its acts. What do the students wish us to do for them within the limits by which they are confined? Not to oppose the emancipation of education, but to favor it. The Dominican shook his head. Without stating my own opinion, it is asking us to commit suicide, he said. On the contrary, it is asking you for a room to pass in order not to trample upon and crush you.
Take him out.
Padre Fernandez, stop and remaining thoughtful. Begin by asking something that does not cost so much, something that anyone must remain without abatement of dignity or privilege, for if we can reach an understanding and dwell in peace, why this hatred, why this distrust? Then let's get down to details. Yes, because if we disturb the foundation, we'll bring down the whole edifice. Then let's get down to details. Let's leave the region of abstract principles, rejoined Isagani with a smile, and also without stating my own opinion. But you accent in these words, the students would desist from their attitude and soften certain asperities if the professors would try to treat them better than they have up to the present. That is in their hands. What? Demanded the Dominican. Have the students any complaint to make about my conduct? Padre, we agreed from the start not to talk of yourself or of myself. We are speaking generally. The students, besides getting no great benefit out of the years spent in classes, often leave no remnants of their dignity, if not the whole of it. Padre Fernandez again bit his lip. No one forces them to study. The fields are uncultivated, he observed dryly. Yes, there is something that impels them to study, replied Isagani in the same tone, looking the Dominican folk in the face. Besides the duty of everyone to seek his own perfection, there is the desire innate in man to cultivate his intellect, the desire of a more powerful will that it is repressed. He gives his gold and his life to the seek his delight to acquire an opportunity better to get that gold and better to care for his life. Yes, Padre,
I did it.
There is something that impels them, and that something is the government itself. It is you yourselves who carelessly ridicule the uncultured Indian and denying his rights, on the ground that he is ignorant. You strip him and then scoff at his nakedness. Padre Fernandez did not reply, but continued to gaze about feverishly, as though very much agitated. You say that the fields are not cultivated, resumed Isagani in a changed tone, after a brief pause. Let's not enter upon an analysis of the reason for this, because we should get far away. But you, Padre Fernandez, you, a teacher, you, a learned man,
Dark Legend, pleasure to meet you.
In your opinion, is the labor of the perfect state at which man may arrive in his
You'll
development?
save my behind.
Or is it that you wish
Oh,
knowledge
go,
for
girl,
us,
she's
labor for
mad.
us?
Look out.
No, I want knowledge for him who deserves it, for him who knows how to use it, was the reply. When the students demonstrate that they love it, when young men of conviction appear, young men who know how to maintain their dignity and make it respected,
Oh, no.
then there will be knowledge, then there will be considerable professors.
Chewbacca's.
If there are now professors who resort to abuse,
Snake
it is because
attack.
there are pupils who submit to it.
Chewbacca's.
Professors, they will be
Come on, man.
students.
Trust me.
Begin by reforming
I'm your
yourselves.
friend.
You have need of change, and you will follow. Yes, said Isagani with a bitter laugh. Let us begin it, because the difficulty is on our side.
You don't believe me?
Well, you know what is expected of a people who stands before a professor.
You need to have
You yourself,
faith in people,
all your love
man.
of justice, with all your kind sentiments, and then restraining yourself by a great effort while I have been telling you bitter truths. You yourself, Padre Fernandez. What good has been secured by him among us who has tried to inculcate other ideas? What evils have not fallen upon you because you have tried to be just and perform your duty? Senor Isagani, said the Dominican, extending his hand, although it may seem that nothing practical has resulted from this conversation, yet something has been gained. I'll talk to my brethren about what you have told me and I hope that something can be done. Well, I fear that they won't believe in your existence. I hear the same, returned Isagani, shaking the Dominican's hand. I fear that my friends will not believe in your existence, as you have revealed yourself to me today. 57. Considering the interview at an end, the young man took his leave. Padre Fernandez opened the door and followed him with his gaze until he disappeared around the corner in the corridor. For some time he listened to the retreating footsteps, then went back into his cell and waited for him to appear in the street. He saw him and actually heard him say to a friend who asked where he was going, to the civil government. I'm going to see the Bostonians and join the others. His startled friend stared at him as one would look at a person who is about to commit suicide, then moved away from him hurriedly. Poor boy, murmured Padre Fernandez, feeling his eyes moisten. I read you to the Jesuits who educated you. But Padre Fernandez was completely mistaken. The Jesuits repudiated Isagani 58 when that afternoon they learned that he had been arrested, saying that he would compromise them. The young man has thrown himself away. He's going to do us harm. Let it be understood that he didn't get those ideas here, nor were the Jesuits wrong. No. Those ideas come only from God through the medium of nature. Chapter XXDII. Topic. With prophetic inspiration, Ben Zaid had been for some days tasked to maintain in his newspaper that education was disastrous, very disastrous for the Philippine miners. And now, in view of the events of that Friday of Bostonians, the writer crowed and chanted his triumph, leaving below to overwhelm his adversary Horatius, who in the Pyrotechnia had dared to ridicule him in the following manner. From our contemporary, El Grito. Education is disastrous, very disastrous, for the Philippine Islands. Admitted. For some time, El Grito has pretended to represent the Filipino people earlier, as Fray Baines would say, in New Latin. But Fray Baines turns Mussulman when he likes, and we know how the Mussulmans dealt with education. In witness whereof, as a royal preacher said, the Alexandrian Library. Now he was right, he, Ben Zaid. He was the only one in the islands who thought, the only one who foresaw events. Truly, the news that seditious Bostonians had been found on the doors of the university not only took away the appetite from many and disturbed the digestion of others, but it even rendered the phlegmatic junkies uneasy, so that they no longer dared to sit in their shops with one leg drawn up as usual, from fear of using time and extending in order to put themselves into flight. At 8 o'clock in the morning, although the sun continued on its course with his excellency, the captain general did not appear at the head of his victorious cohorts. Still the excitement had increased. The friars who were accustomed to frequent Kuroga's bazaar did not quit in their appearance, and this symptom presses terrific capitalisms. If the sun had risen where the saints appeared only in pantaloons, Kuroga would not have been so greatly alarmed, for he would have taken the sun for a gaming table and the sacred images for gamblers who had lost their commisses, but for the friars not to come, precisely when some novelties had just arrived for them. By means of a provincial friend of his, Kuroga forbade entrance into his gaming houses to everyone who was not an old acquaintance, as the future Chinese consul feared that they might get possession of the sum that the wretches lost there. After arranging his bazaar in such a way that he could close it quickly in case of need, he had a policeman accompany him for the short distance that separated his house from Samu's. Kuroga thought this occasion the most propitious for making use of the rifles and cartridges that he had in his warehouse, in the way the jeweler had pointed out. So that on the following days there would be circus made, and then, how many prisoners, how many terrified people would give up their savings? It was the game of the old carbineers, in slipping contraband cigars and tobacco leaves under a house, in order to pretend to search and force the unfortunate owner to bribery or funds. Only now the art had been perfected again, the tobacco monopoly abolished, resorting instead to the prohibited arms. But Samu refused to see anyone and sent word to the Chinese that he should leave things as they were, whereupon he went to see Don Castillo to inquire whether he should fortify his bazaar, but neither would Don Castillo receive him, being at the time engaged in the study of a project for defense in case of a siege. He thought of Benzaid as a source of information, but finding the writer armed to the teeth and using 2 loaded revolvers for paperweights, took his leave in the shortest possible time, to shut himself up in his house and take to his bed under pretense of illness. At 4 in the afternoon the talk was no longer of simple hostilities. There were whispered rumors of an understanding between the students and the outlaws of San Mateo. It was certain that in the Pansiter they had conspired to surprise the city. There was talk of German ships outside the bay to support the movement, of a band of young men who under the pretext of protesting and demonstrating their Hispanism had gone to the palace to place themselves at the general's orders but had been arrested because it was discovered that they were armed. Providence had saved His Excellency, preventing him from receiving those precocious criminals, as he was at the time in conference with the provincials, the vice rector, and with Padre Irene, Padre Zombi's representative. There was considerable truth in these rumors, if we have to believe Padre Irene, who in the afternoon went to visit Capital Chaco. According to him, certain persons had advised His Excellency to improve the opportunity in order to inspire terror and administer a lasting lesson to the filibusters. And in the shop, one had advised some 2 dozen reformers to put it at once, in the silence of the night, to extinguish forever the flames of discontent. No, rejoined another, who had a kind heart, sufficient that the soldiers parade through the streets. A troop of cavalry, for example, with drawn sabers, sufficient to drag along some cannon. That's enough. The people will all retire to their houses. No, insinuated another. This is the opportunity to get rid of the enemy. It's not sufficient that they retire to their houses. They should be made to come out, like evil humans by means of plasters. If they are inclined to start riots, they should be stirred up by secret agitators. I am of the opinion that the troops should be resting on their arms and appearing careless and indifferent, so that people may be emboldened, and then in case of any disturbance, out on them, action. The end justifies the means, remarked another. Our ends are holy religion and the antiquity of the fatherland. Proclaim a state of siege, and in case of the least disturbance, arrest all the rich and educated, and clean up the country. If I hadn't got there in time to the council's moderation, added Padre Irene, speaking to Capital Chaco, it's certain that blood would now be flowing through the streets. I thought of you, Capital, the partisans force couldn't do much with the general, and they missed Samu. If Samu had not been taken ill. With the arrest of Crossing on the search made later on his books and papers, Capital Chaco had become much worse. Now Padre Irene had come to augment his terror with hair-raising tales. Ineffable fear seized upon the wretched, manifesting itself first by a light shiver, which was rapidly accentuated until he was unable to speak. With his eyes bulging and his brow covered with sweat, he caught Padre Irene's arm and tried to rise, but could not, and then, uttering 2 groans, fell heavily back upon the pillow. His eyes were wide open and he was slapping when he was dead. The terrified Padre Irene fled, and, as the dying man had caught hold of him, in his flight he dragged the corpse from the bed, leaving it sprawling in the middle of the room. By night the terror had reached a climax. Several incidents had occurred to make the timorous believe in the presence of secret agitators. During the baptism, some cardos were thrown to the boys, and naturally there was a scramble at the door of the church. It happened that at the time there was passing a bold soldier, who, somewhat preoccupied, mistook the uproar for a gathering of filibusters and rolled himself, sword in hand, upon the boys. He went into the church, and had he not become entangled in the curtains suspended from the choir, he would not have left a single head on shoulders. It was but a matter of a moment for the timorous to witness this and take to flight, spreading the news that the revolution had begun. The few shops that had been kept open were now hastily closed, there being Chinese who even left bolts of cloth outside, and not a few women lost their slippers in their flight through the streets. Fortunately, there was only 1 person wounded and a few bruised, among them the soldier himself, who suffered a fall fighting with the curtain, which smelt him of filibusters. Such prowess gained him a great renown, and a renown so pure that it is to be wished all fame could be acquired in like manner. Mothers would then be blessed earth would be more populous. In a suburb, the inhabitants caught 2 unknown individuals bearing arms under a house, whereupon a tumult arose and the people pursued the strangers in order to kill them and turn their bodies over to the authorities. But someone pacified the excited crowd by telling them that it would be sufficient to hang over the corpse of the recruit, which proved to be some old shotguns that would surely have killed the first person who tried to fire them. All right, exclaimed one braggart, if they want us to rebel, let's go ahead. When he was cuffed and kicked into silence, the woman who had been the owner of the shotguns. In Arita, the affair was more serious, even though there was less excitement, and that when there were shots fired, a certain cautious government employee, armed to the teeth, saw a rifle around in his house, and taking it without the of student, fired it twice with a revolver. The object proved to be a policeman, and a very complex pistol. News. In Woman, various shots also resounded, from which there resulted the death of the poor old dead man. had not heard the Sentinel's keen view, and the department had heard it and had not answered Estonia. The old man was buried with difficulty, since there was no money to pay for the obsequies, but the hog was eaten. In Manila, 59, in the
Might have to get out of the way.
By the students, the arrests were thus commented upon. And have they arrested Tadeo? 60, asked the proprietress. App. Answered a student who lives in Period. He's already shot.
My mouse is not working. Okay,
That's
there
okay,
we
what
go.
owes me? Hey, don't mention that or you'll be taken for an accomplice. I've already burned the book 61, you left me. There might be a search and it would be found. Be careful. Did you say that the Sargani is a prisoner?
Help!
Crazy fool. 2. Let the Sargani.
Help,
find his own
save.
student. They didn't try to catch him, but he went and surrendered. Let him bust himself. He'll surely be shot. The Senora shrugged her shoulders. He doesn't owe me anything. And what about Paulina? She won't lie about it. Sure, she will play a little, and then marry a standard. And then there's one of the movies. In the houses, the rosary is recited in pious women dedicated pattern musters and requiems to each of the souls of their relatives and friends. By 8 o'clock, hardly a pedestrian could be seen. Only from time to time was heard the galloping of a horse against two sides of sacred queen noisily, and the whistles of the watchmen, and carriages that rolled along at full speed, as though pursued by mobs of filibusters. Yet terror did not reign everywhere. In the house of the silversmith, where Placido Henderson boarded, the events were commented upon and discussed with some freedom. I don't believe in apostolades, declared a workman, like and withered from operating the blowpipe. To me, it looks like Padre saw his doings. Ahem, ahem. Coughed the silversmith, a very prudent man, and did not dare to stop the conversation from fear that he would be considered a coward. The good man had to contain himself with coughing, looking to his helper, and gazing toward the street, as if to say, they may be watching us. On account of the operetta, added another workman. Aha! Exclaimed one who had a foolish face. I told you so. Ahem. Rejoined the clerk, in a tone of compassion. The affair of the postulates is true, Chijoy, and I can give you the explanation. Then he added mysteriously, it's a trick of the Chinaman Grogas. Ahem, ahem. Again coughed the silversmith, shifting his good file from one cheek to the other. Believe me, Chijoy, of Kuroga the Chinaman. I heard it in the office. Now, he's certain then, exclaimed the simpleton. Believe me, for us. Kuroga, explained the clerk, has 100,000 pesos to use in silver out in the bay. How is he to get it in? Very easily. Thinks of the postulates, availing himself of the question of the students. While everybody is excited, reads the official's talks and indicates his town. Just it. Just it. Cried the credulous fool, striking the table with his fist. Just it. That's why Kuroga did it. That's why he had to relapse into silence as he really did not know what to say about Kuroga. And we must pay the damages? Asked the indignant Chijoy. Ahem, ahem, ahm. Coughed the silversmith, hearing steps in the street. The footsteps approached and all in the shop fell silent. Saint Pastoral Balin is a great saint, declared the silversmith hypocritically, in a loud voice, at the same time looking to the others. Saint Pastoral Balin. At that moment there appeared the face of Placido Hennigan, who was accompanied by the pyrotechnician that we saw receiving orders from the saloon. The newcomers were surrounded and in for 2 news. I have been able to talk with the prisoners, explained Placido. There are some 30 of them. Cautioned the pyrotechnician, exchanging a knowing look with Placido. They say that tonight there's going to be a massacre. Aha! Thunder! Exclaimed Chijoy, looking about for a weapon. Seeing him, he caught up his blowpipe. The silversmith sat down, trembling in every limb. The credulous simpleton already saw himself beheaded in weapon anticipation over the fate of his family. No, contradicted the clerk, there's not going to be any massacre. The advisor of he made a mysterious gesture is fortunately sick. Saloon. Ahem, ahem, ahem. Placido and the pyrotechnician exchanged another look. If he hadn't got sick, it would look like a revolution, added the pyrotechnician negligently, as he lighted a cigarette in the lamp chimney. And what should we do then? Then we'd start a real one, now that they're going to massacre us anyhow. The violent fit of coughing that seized the silversmith prevented the rest of the speech from being heard, but Chijoy must have been saying terrible things, to judge from his rigorous gestures with a blowpipe in the face of a Japanese platoon that he put on. Rather say that he's playing off sick because he's afraid to go out. As may be seen, the silversmith was attacked by another fit of coughing so severe that he finally asked all to retire. Nevertheless, get ready, warned the pyrotechnician. If they want to force us to kill or be killed. Another fit of coughing on the part of the poor silversmith prevented further conversation, so the workmen and apprentices retired to their homes, carrying with them hammers and saws, and other implements, more or less cutting, more or less bruising, disposed to sell their lives dearly. Placido and the pyrotechnician went out again. Prudence, prudence. Cautioned the silversmith in a tearful voice. You'll take care of my widow and orphans. Then the credulous simpleton in a still more tearful voice, for he already saw himself riddled with bullets and buried. Midnight guards at the city gate were replaced with peninsular artillerymen, and on the following morning as the sun rose, Benzaid, who had ventured to take a morning stroll to examine the condition of the fortifications, found on the places near the men of the force of a native girl, half naked and abandoned. Benzaid was horrified, but after touching it with his cane and gazing toward the gates proceeded on his way, musing over a sentimental tale he might base upon the incident. However, no allusion to it appeared in the newspapers on the following days, engrossed they were with the falls and slippings caused by banana peels. In the dearth of news, Benzaid had to comment at length on a cyclone that had destroyed in America whole towns, causing the death of more than 2,000 persons. Among other beautiful things he said, the sentiment of charity, more prevalent in Catholic countries than in others, and the thought of Mu, influenced by that same feeling, sacrificed himself for humanity. Mu's sickness to compassion over the misfortunes of our kind to lend a thanks in this country, so scourged by cyclones. There are not here, it seems, so desolating as which the inhabitants of the United States must have witnessed. Horatius did not miss the opportunity, and, also without mentioning the dead, or the murdered native girl, or the assaults, answered in his pyrotechnia. After such great charity and such great humanity, Fray Hades, Flamsay, brings himself to pray for the Philippines. But he is understood, because he is not Catholic, and the sentiment of charity is most prevalent, etc. 62. Chapter XXIX. Exit Capum Chago. Talus Vita, Finis Ida. Capum Chago had a good end, that is, a quite exceptional funeral. True, it did cure the parish had ventured the observation to Padre Irene that Capum Chago had died without confession, but the good priest, smiling sardonically, had rubbed the tip of his nose to answer. Why say that to me? If we had to deny the obsequies to all who die without confession, we should forget the letter fungus. These restrictions, as you well know, are enforced when the impenitent is also insolvent. But Capum Chago, out on you. You very infidel shouldn't, and with the record master. Capum Chago had named Padre Irene as his executor and willed his property in part to St. Claret, part to the Pope, to the Archbishop, the religious corporations, leaving 20 pesos for the matriculation of 4 students. This last clause had been dictated at the suggestion of Padre Irene in his capacity as protector of studious youths.
I had it coming, man. Touche.
Ungrateful conduct of the boy during the last few days, but Padre Irene had restored it and announced that he would take it upon his own personal conscience. In the dead man's house, where were assembled on the following day many old friends and acquaintances, considerable time was indulged in over miracle. It was reported that, at the very moment when he was dying, the soul of Capum Chago had appeared to the nun surrounded by a brilliant light. God had saved him, thanks to the famous legacies, and to the numerous masses he had paid for. The story was commented upon, it was recounted vividly, it took on particulars, and was doubted by no one. The appearance of Capum Chago was immediately described. Of course, the proctor, the chief bulged out by the quitted Bible, without opening the cup of the open pipe. The senior sacristan, who was present, gravely affirmed these facts to this head and reflected that, after death, he would appear with his cup of white tarnished, for without that expression letters did not comprehend happiness either on earth or in heaven. On this subject, because of their inability to discuss the events of the preceding day and because there were gamblers present, many strange speculations were developed. They made conjectures as to whether Capum Chago would invite St. Peter to assault Pada, whether they would place bets, whether the Gamecocks were immortal, whether invulnerable, and in this case who would be the referee, who would win, and so on. Discussions quite to the taste of those who found sciences, theories, and systems, based on a text which they esteemed mechanical, revealed or dogmatic. Moreover, there were cited passages from novenas, books of miracles, sayings of the curates, descriptions of heaven, and other embroidery. Don Primitivo, the philosopher, was in his glory quoting opinions of the theologians. Because no one can lose, he stated with great authority. To lose would cause hard feelings, and there can't be any hard feelings. If someone has to win, rejoin the gambler or risk winners. The thing lies to you. Both win, that's easy. This idea of both winning could not be admitted by a risk winners, for he had passed his life in the cockpit and had always seen one cock lose and the other win. But thence, there was a time. Mainly Don Primitivo argued in Latin. Aristotle shook his head, and that too when Don Primitivo's Latin was easy to understand, for he talked of in Gallus Talismanus, Octotari Armatus, and Gallus Pedi Petri View with the Sacerdonis 63, and so on, until at length he decided to resort to the argument which many used to convince and silence their opponents. You're going to be damned, friend Martin, you are falling into heresy. King Nicolas. I'm not going to play Martin with you anymore, and will not set up a bank together. You deny the omnipotence of God, Academ Mortali. You deny the existence of the Holy Trinity. 3 are 1 and 1 is 3. Take care. You indirectly deny that 2 natures, 2 understandings, and 2 wills have only 1 memory. Be careful. Quicum non creditor anathema sit. Martin Aristoteles shrank away pale and trembling, while Quiroga, who had listened with great attention to the argument, with marked deference offered the philosopher a magnificent cigar, at the same time asking in his caressing voice, surely, one can make a contract for a cockpit with Callisto. 64. Ha. When I die, I'll be the contractor. Ha. Among the others, they talked more of the deceased. At least they discussed what kind of clothing to put on him. Captain proposed a Franciscan habit, and fortunately, he had one, threadbare, and patched, a precious object which, according to the friar, gave it to an Esros in exchange for 36 pesos, with reserve of course from the flames of Helen, which reckoned in its support various pious anecdotes taken from the books distributed by the curates. Although he held this relic in great esteem, Captain was disposed to part with it for the sake of his tentative friend, whom he had not been able to visit during his illness. But a tailor objected, with good reason, that since the nuns had seen Captain Chago ascend to heaven in a frock coat he should be dressed here on earth, nor was there any necessity for preservatives and fireproof garments. The deceased had attended balls and fiestas in a frock coat, and nothing else would be expected of him in the skies. And, wonderful to relate, the tailor accidentally happened to have one ready, which he would part with for 32 pesos, 4 cheaper than the Franciscan habit, because he didn't want to make any profit on Captain Chago, who had been his customer in life and would now be his patron in heaven. But Padre Irene, trustee and executor, rejected both proposals and ordered that Captain be dressed in one of his old suits of clothes, remarking with holy unction that God paid no attention to clothing. The obsequies were, therefore, of the very first class. They were responsibilities in the house, and in the street 3 friars officiated, as though one were not sufficient for such a great soul. All the rites and ceremonies possible were performed, and it is reported that there were even extras, as independents for actors. It was indeed a delight. Loads of incense were burned. There were plenty of laughing chants. Large quantities of holy water were expended, and Padre Irene, out of regard for his old friend, sang the Dies Irae in a falsetto voice from the choir, while the neighbors suffered real headaches from so much bell ringing. Doña Patrocinio, the aged rival of Capital Chaco in religiosity, actually wanted to die on the next day, so that she might order even more sumptuous obsequies. The pious old lady could not bear the thought that he, whom she had long considered vanquished forever, should be dying to come forward again with so much pomp. Yes, she desired to die, and it seemed that she could hear the exclamations of the people at the funeral. This indeed is what you call a funeral. This indeed is to know how to die. Doña Patrocinio. Chapter XXX. Julie. The death of Capital Chaco and Basilio's imprisonment were soon reported in the province, and to the honor of the simple inhabitants of San Diego, let it be recorded that the latter was the incident more bloody and almost the only one discussed. As was to be expected, the report took on different forms. Sad and startling details were given. What could not be understood was explained. The deaths being filled by conjectures, which soon passed to accomplished facts, and the phantoms thus created terrified their own critters. In the town of Tianjin it was reported that at the very least, the young man was going to be deported and would very probably be murdered on the journey. The timorous and pessimistic were not satisfied with this, but being talked about executions and courts martial. January was a fatal month. In January, the K-Bite affair had occurred, and A65, even though curious, had been guarded, so would poor Basilio without protectors or friends. I told him so. Sighed the justice of the peace, as if he had at some time given advice to Basilio. I told him so. It was to be expected, commented Sister Conchang. He would go into the church, and when he saw that the holy water was somewhat dirty, he would cross himself with it. He talked about germs of disease. It's the chastisement of God. He deserved it, and he got it. As though the holy water could transmit diseases. Quite the contrary. She narrated how she had cured herself of indigestion by rinsing her stomach with holy water, at the same time reciting the Sanctus Dies, and she recommended a remedy to those present when they should suffer from dysentery, or an epidemic occurred, only that then they must pray in Spanish. Santo Di, Santo Pure, Santo Immortal, Ebranos, Senor, the moth has wide todo now. 66. It's an infallible remedy, but you must apply the holy water to the part affected, she concluded. But there were many persons who did not believe in these things, nor did they attribute Basilio's imprisonment to the chastisement of God. Nor did they take any stock in insurrections and hostilities, knowing the prudent and ultra-pacific character of the boy, but preferred to ascribe it to revenge on the part of the friars, because of his having rescued from servitude Julie, the daughter of Tennessee, who was the mortal enemy of a certain powerful corporation. As they had quite a poor idea of the morality of that same corporation and could recall cases of heavy revenge, their conjecture was believed to have more probability than justification. What a good thing I did when I drove her from the house, said Sister Conchang. I don't want to have any trouble with the friars, so I urged her to find the money. The truth was, however, that she regretted Julie's liberty, for Julie prayed and fasted for her, and if she had stayed a longer time, would also have done penance. Why, if the curates prayed for us and Christ died for our sins, couldn't Julie do the same for Sister Conchang? When the news reached the hut where the poor Julie and her grandfather lived, the girl had to have it repeated to her. She stared at Sister Bala, who was telling it, as though without comprehension, without ability to collect the thoughts. Her ears buzzed, she felt the sinking at the heart and had a vague presentiment that this event would have a disastrous influence on her own future. Yet she tried to seize upon a ray of hope. She smiled, thinking that Sister Bala was joking with her, a rather strong joke, to be sure, but she forgave her beforehand if she would acknowledge that it was such. But Sister Bala made a cross with one of her thumbs and a forefinger, and kissed it, to prove that she was telling the truth. Then the smile faded forever from the girl's lips. She turned pale, frightfully pale. She felt her strength leave her, and for the first time in her life she lost consciousness, falling into a swoon. When by dint of blows, pinches, dashes of water, crosses, and the application of sacred palms, the girl recovered and remembered the situation, silent tears sprang from her eyes, drop by drop, without sobs, without laments, without complaints. She thought about Basilio, who had had no other protector than Capital Chaco, and who now, with the capital dead, was left completely unprotected and in prison. In the Philippines, it is a well-known fact that patrons are needed for everything, from the time one is christened until one dies, in order to get justice, to secure a passport, or to develop an industry. As it was said that his imprisonment was due to revenge on account of her son and her father, the girl's sorrow turned to desperation. Now it was her duty to liberate him, as he had done in rescuing her from servitude, and the inner voice which suggested the idea offered to her imagination a horrible means. Padre Mora, the curate, whispered the voice. Julie nodded her lips and became lost in gloomy meditation. As a result of her father's crime, her grandfather had been arrested in the hope that by such means the son could be made to appear. The only one who could get him his liberty was Padre Camorra, and Padre Camorra had shown himself to be fully satisfied with her words of gratitude, having with his usual frankness asked for some sacrifices, since which time Julie had tried to avoid meeting him. But the curate made her kiss his hand. He twitched her nose and patted her cheeks. He joked with her, making him laughing, and laughing he pinched her. Julie was also the cause of the beating the good curate had administered to some young men who were going about the village serenading the girls. Delicious was, seeing her cast sad and dejected, with an remark so that she could hear, if she only wished it, could that some tales
Man, how you been doing?
Julie reached her home.
It's me over here.
Wandering looks.
Yeah.
She had changed greatly, and had lost her narrow, and no one ever saw her smile
You know
again.
I'm always over here.
She
And
scarcely
the
spoke and seemed
heavy.
to be afraid to look at her own face.
See, he's
One
from
day she
the
was leaving the town with a big spot of soot on her
It's like
forehead.
this
She
guy's
used to
not
go so
doing
trembling.
I gotta go take care of
Once
this.
she asked Sister Bonnie if the people who did
Okay, you come on.
Surely,
Come on, darling.
replied that
Come on, child.
To describe the place as though she had
What have you got?
upon Basileo's
Don't be
imprisonment, the simple and grateful
ambivalent.
relatives had planned to make all kinds of sacrifices to save the young
Lord.
man.
Now-
But as they
now I'm
collected
in
among
trouble.
themselves no more than 30 pesos, Sister
Somebody
Molly,
get on
as
this
usual,
guy.
thought of a better plan.
He's gonna give me.
What you must do is
He's
to
gonna
get some
make me
advice
die.
from the town clerk, she said. To these poor people, the town clerk was what the delicate worker was to the ancient Greeks.
Good.
By giving him a
Nice.
cigar, she continued.
That's
He'll tell you all
heavy.
the laws so that your head bursts listening to
He
him.
was laying that on
If you
too.
have a peso, he'll save you, even though you may be at the foot of
You
the
know I
scale.
wasn't gonna leave.
When my friend Simon was put in jail and flogged for not being able to give evidence about a
That's
robbery
my spot.
perpetrated near his house, the two mules can have a string of worms. The town clerk got him out. And I saw Simon myself when he could scarcely walk.
You can
against
just
the
stand there or
bed
you
of
can
his
move. Yeah,
A.
that's good.
His flesh rotted as a result and he died. Sister Molly's advice was accepted and she herself volunteered to interview the town clerk. Julie gave her 4 meals and added some strips of jerk venison her grandfather had done, for Tammy himself had again devoted himself to hunting. But the town clerk could do nothing. The prisoner was in Manila, and his power did not extend that far. If at least he were at the capital, then he ventured to make a show of his authority, which he knew very well did not extend beyond the boundaries of Tiani, but he had to maintain his prestige and keep the jerk venison. But I can give you a good piece of advice, and it is that you go with Julie to see the justice of the peace. But it's very necessary that Julie go. The justice of the peace was a very rough fellow, but if he should see Julie, he might conduct himself less rudely. This is where I lay the wisdom of the advice. With great gravity, the Honorable Justice listened to Sister Molly, who did the talking, but not without staring from time to time at the girl, who had
I'm the heavy again.
People would say that she was greatly interested in Basilio. People who did not remember his
Back
death of
my
gratitude,
behind
nor
up.
that his imprisonment, according to report, was on her account. After belching 3 or 4 times, for his honor had been ugly habit, he said that the only person who could save Basilio was Padre Zamora, in case he should care to do so. Here he stared meaningly at the girl and advised her to deal with the curate in person. You know what influence he has. He got your grandfather out of jail. I report him in his account to deport a newborn maid or save from death a man with a noose around his neck. Julie said nothing, but Sister Molly
What
took
happens
this
to the
advice as
head?
though
We
she
can
had
make
read
it
it
down
in
the
the
hill?
and was ready to accompany the girl to the canal. It so happened that she was just going there to get his arms escapulary in exchange for 4 full reels. But Julie shook her head and was unwilling to go to the canal. Sister Molly thought she could guess the reason. Padre Moore was reputed to be very fond of the women and was very fond of them,
It's
so she tried to
existential.
reassure her.
A snack
"You have to
attack.
do if I go with you. Have you read in the book with Tam and Mazio, given by the curate, that the girls should go to the convention even without the knowledge of their elders to relate what is going on at home? And that book is printed with the permission of the Archbishop. Julie became impatient and wished to cut short such talk, so she begged the landswoman to go if she wished. But his honor observed with a bell stead
help.
supplications of a youthful face one more moving the nose to the
Oh,
old
no,
one.
please.
The skyboard is dual with the fresh flowers in greater abundance than open withered ones.
Please don't kill me.
The metaphor was
Please
fiendishly beautiful.
don't.
Julie did not reply and the two left the house. In the street, the girl firmly refused to go to the convento and they returned to their village. Sister Molly, who felt offended by this lack of
snack attack,
herself,
same
on the way
business.
home relieved her feelings by administering a long preachment to the girl. The truth was that the girl could not take the step without marrying herself in her own eyes, besides being cursed of man and cursed of God. It had been intimated to her several times, whether with reason or not, that if she would make this sacrifice her father would be pardoned, and yet she had refused, in spite of the cries of the conscience reminding her of her filial duty. Now must she make it for Basilio, her sweetheart? That would be false to sound mockery from all creation. Basilio himself would despise her. No, never. She would first hang herself slowly from some precipice. At any rate, she was already blamed for being a wicked daughter. The poor girl had besides to endure all the reproaches of her relatives, who, knowing nothing of what had passed between her and Padre Gamarra, laughed at her fears. With Padre Gamarra fixing his attention upon the country
This
girl
is
when there were so many
intense
others
book.
in the town. Here
Very
the women
good.
cited
I'm gonna
these
read it
barbaric
again.
girls, rich and beautiful, who had been more or less unfortunate. Meanwhile, if they should shoot Basilio, Julie covered her ears and stared wildly about, as if seeking a voice that might plead for her. But she saw only her grandfather, who was young and had his gaze fixed on his hunting steer. That night she scarcely slept at all. Dreams and nightmares, some few real, some bloody, danced before her sight and woke her often, bathed in cold perspiration. She fancied that she heard shots. She imagined that she saw her father, that father who had done so much for her, fighting in the forests, hunted like a wild beast because she had refused to save him. The figure of her father was transformed and she recognized Basilio, dying, with looks of reproach at her. The wretched girl arose, prayed, wept, called upon her mother, upon death, and there was even a moment when, overcome with terror, if it had not been nighttime, she would have run straight to the convento, let happen what would. With the coming of day, the sad presentiments and the terrors of darkness were partly dissipated. The light inspired hopes in her. But the news of the afternoon was terrible, for there was talk of persons shot, so the next night was for the girl frightful. In her desperation, she decided to give herself up as soon as day dawned and then kill herself afterwards, anything, rather than endure such tortures. But the dawn brought new hope and she would not go to church or even leave the house. She was afraid she would yield. So passed several days in praying and cursing, in calling upon God and wishing for death. The day gave her a slight respite and she trusted in some miracle. The reports that came from Manila, although they reached and magnified, said that of the prisoners some had secured their liberty, thanks to patrons and influence. Someone had to be sacrificed. Who would it be? Julie shuddered and returned home biting her fingernails. Then came the night with its terrors, which took on double proportions and seemed to be converted into realities. Julie feared to fall asleep, for her slumbers were a continuous nightmare. Looks of reproach would flash across her eyelids just as soon as they were closed. Complaints and laments pierced her ears. She saw her father wandering about hungry, without rest or repose. She saw Basilio dying in the road, pierced by 2 bullets, just as she had seen the corpse of a neighbor who had been killed while in the charge of a civil guard. She saw the bonds that cut into the flesh. She saw the blood pouring from the mouth. She heard Basilio calling to her, "Save me. Save me. You alone can save me." Then the burst of laughter would resound and she would turn her eyes to see her father gazing at her with eyes full of reproach. Julie would wake up, sit up on her pee and draw her hands across her forehead to arrange her hair. Cold sweat, like the sweat of death, moistened it. "Mother, mother," she sobbed. Meanwhile, they who were so carelessly disposing of people's fates, he who commanded illegal murders, he who violated justice and made use of the law to maintain himself by force, slept in peace. At last the traveler arrived from Manila and reported that all the prisoners had been set free, all except Basilio, who had no protector. It was reported in Manila, added the traveler, that the young man would be deported to the Carolinas, having been forced to sign a petition beforehand, in which he declared that he asked to be voluntarily. 67. The traveler had seen the very steamer that was going to take him away. This report put an end to all the girl's hesitation. Besides, her mind was already quite weak from so many nights of watching and horrible dreams. Pale and with unsteady eyes, she saw how Sister Balmia, in a voice that was cause for alarm, told her that she was ready, asking her to accompany her. Sister Balmia thereupon rejoiced and tried to soothe her, but Julie paid no attention to her, apparently intent only upon hurrying to the convento. She had decked herself out in her finest clothes, and even pretended to be quite gay, talking a great deal, although in a rather incoherent way. So they set out. Julie went ahead, becoming impatient that her companion lagged behind. But as they neared the town, her nervous energy began gradually to abate. She fell silent and wavered in her resolution, lessened her pace and soon off behind, so that Sister Balmy had to encourage her. "You'll get there, Lane," she remonstrated. Julie now followed, pale, with downcast eyes, which she was afraid to raise. She felt that the whole road was staring at her and pointing its finger at her. The blind name whistled in her ears, but still she disregarded it and continued on her way. Nevertheless, when they came in sight of the convento, she stopped and began to stumble. Let's go home, she begged, holding her companion back. Sister Balmy had to take her by the arm and half drag her along, reassuring her and telling her about the books of the friars. She would not desert her, so there was nothing to fear. Padre Moore had other things in mind. Julie was only a poor country girl. But upon arriving at the door of the convento, Julie firmly refused to go in, catching hold of the wall. No, she pleaded in terror. No. Have pity. But what a fool. Sister Balmy pushed her gently along, Julie, pallid with wild features, offering resistance. The expression of her face said that she saw death before her. "All right, let's go back, if you don't want to," the likely woman exclaimed in irritation, as she did not believe there was any real danger. Padre Mora, in spite of all his reputation, would dare do nothing before her. "Let them carry poor Basilio into exile. Let them shoot him on the way, saying that he tried to escape," she added. "When he's dead, then remorse will come. But as for myself, I owe him no favors, so he can reproach me." That was the decisive stroke. In the face of that reproach, with wrath and desperation mingled, like one who rushes to suicide, Julie closed her eyes in order not to see the abyss into which she was hurling herself and resolutely entered the convento. A sound that sounded like the rattle of death escaped from her lips. Sister Balmy followed, telling her how to act. The night comments were mysteriously whispered about certain events which had occurred that afternoon. A girl had leaped from a window of the convento, falling upon some stones and killing herself. Almost at the same time, another woman had rushed out of the convento to run through the streets, shouting and screaming like a lunatic. But through the townsfolk dared not utter any names, and many mothers pinched their daughters for letting slip expressions that might compromise them. Later, very much later, at twilight, an old man came from a village and stood calling at the door of the convento, which was closed and guarded by sacristans. The old man beat the door with his fists and with his head, while he uttered cries stifled and inarticulate, like those of a young person, until he was at length driven away by blows and shoves. Then he made his way to the Gobernador's house, but was told that the Gobernador was not there. He was at the convento. He went to the justice of the peace, but neither was the justice of the peace at home. He had been summoned to the convento. He went to the team near, but he too was at the convento. He directed his steps to the barracks, but the lieutenant of the civil guard was at the convento. The old man then returned to his village, weeping like a child. His wails were heard in the middle of the night, causing men to bite their lips and women to clasp their hands, while the girls slunk fearfully back into the houses with their tails between their legs. "Ah, God," said a poor woman, weeping and fasting. "In thy presence there is no rich, no poor, no white, no black. Thou wilt grant us justice." "Yes," rejoined her husband, "just so that God they preach is not a pure invention, a fraud." They themselves are the first not to believe in him. At 8 o'clock in the evening it was rumored that more than 7 friars, proceeding from neighboring towns, were assembled in the convento to hold a conference. On the following day, Tan Anselmo disappeared forever from the village, carrying with him his hunting spear. Chapter XXXI. The High Official. Les Bini et al. Or 2. Les Bini et sa grandeur Talchin Bar. Victor Hugo. The newspapers of Manila were so engrossed in accounts of a notorious murder committed in Europe, in panegyrics and huts for various preachers in the city, in the constantly increasing success of the French operetta, that they could scarcely devote space to the crimes perpetrated in the provinces by a band of Tumassins headed by a fierce and terrible leader who was called Matambalan. 68. Only when the object of the attack was a convento or a standard there then appeared long articles giving frightful details and asking for martial law, energetic measures, and so on. So it was that they could take no notice of what had occurred in the town of Tiani, nor was there the slightest hint or allusion to it. In private circles something was whispered, but so confused, so vague, and so inconsistent, that not even the name of the victim was known, while those who showed the greatest interest forgot it quickly, trusting that the affair had been settled in some way with the wrong family. The only one who knew anything certain was Padre Gamora, who had to leave the town, to be transferred to another or to remain for some time in the convento in Manila. Poor Padre Gamora! Exclaimed Benzane in a fit of generosity. He was so jolly and had such a good heart. It was true that the students had recovered their liberty, thanks to the exertions of their relatives, who did not hesitate at expense, gifts, or any sacrifice whatsoever. The first to see himself free, as was to be expected, was Marcare, and the last to Salgani, because Padre Florentine did not reach Manila until a week after the events. So many acts of clemency secured for the general festival of Clement Merciful, which Benzane hastened to add to his long list of agitators. The only one who did not obtain his liberty was Basilio, since he was also accused of having in his possession prohibited books. We don't know whether this referred to his textbook on naval medicine or to the pamphlets that were found, dealing with the Philippines, or both together. The fact is that it was said that prohibited literature was being secretly sold, and upon the unfortunate boy fell all the way for the rod of justice. It was reported that His Excellency had been thus advised. It's necessary to free someone, so that the prestige of authority may be sustained and that it may not be said that we made a great fuss over nothing. Authority before everything. It's necessary that someone be made an example of. Let there be just one who, according to Padre Irene, was the servant of Capital Chaco. There will be no one to enter a complaint. Servant and student. Asked His Excellency. That fellow, then, let it be me. Your Excellency will pardon me, observed the high official, who happened to be present, but I have been told that this boy is a medical student and his teachers speak well of him. If he remains a prisoner, he'll lose a year, and as this year he finishes, the high official's interference in behalf of Basilio, instead of helping, harmed him. For some time there had been between this official and His Excellency strained relations and bad feelings, augmented by frequent clashes. Yes? So much the greater reason that he should be kept prisoner. A year longer in his studies, instead of injuring him, will do good, not only to himself but to all who afterwards fall into his hands. One doesn't become a bad physician by extensive practice. So much the more reason that he should remain. Soon the filibustering reformers will say that we are not looking out for the country. Concluded His Excellency with a sarcastic laugh. The high official realized that he had made a false move and took Basilio's case to heart. But it seems to me that this young man is the most innocent of all. He rejoined rather timidly. Books have been seized in his possession, observed the secretary. Yes, works on medicine and pamphlets written by peninsulars, with the leaves uncut, and besides, what does that signify? Moreover, this young man was not present at the banquet in the Pansy, he hasn't mixed up in anything. As I've said, he's the most innocent. So much the better. Exclaimed His Excellency jocosely. In that way the punishment will prove more salutary and exemplary, since it inspires greater terror. To govern is to act in this way, my dear sir, as it is often expedient to sacrifice the welfare of one to the welfare of many. But I'm doing more. From the welfare of one will result the welfare of all. The principle of endangered authority is preserved. Prestige is respected and maintained. By this act of mine, I'm correcting my own and other people's faults. The high official restrained himself with an effort and, disregarding the illusion, decided to take another tack. But doesn't your Excellency fear that responsibility? What have I to fear? Rejoined the general impatiently. Have I discretionary powers? If I do what I please for the better government of these islands? What have I to fear? And some may perhaps arraign me before the tribunals and exact from me responsibility? Even though he had remains, he would have to consult the ministry first, and the minister. He waved his hand and burst out into laughter. The minister who appointed me, the devil knows where he is, and he will feel honored in being able to welcome me when I return. The present one, I don't even think of him, and the devil take him too. The one that relieves him will find himself in so many difficulties with his new duties that he won't be able to fool with trifles. I, my dear sir, have nothing over me but my conscience. I act according to my conscience, and my conscience is satisfied, so I don't care a straw for the opinions of this one and that. My conscience, my dear sir, my conscience. Yes, General, but the country. Tut, 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 tut. The country. What have I to do wherever the country? Have I perhaps contracted any obligations to it? Do I owe my office to it? Was it the country that elected me? A brief pause ensued, during which the high official stood with bowed head. Then, as if reaching a decision, he raised it to stare fixedly at the general. Pale and trembling, he said with repressed energy, "That doesn't matter, General, that doesn't matter at all. Your Excellency has not been chosen by the Filipino people, but by Spain. All the more reason why you should treat the Filipinos well so that they may not be able to reproach Spain. The greater reason, General, the greater reason. Your Excellency, by coming here, has contracted the obligation to govern justly, to seek the welfare. Am I not doing?" Interrupted His Excellency in exasperation, taking a step forward. "Haven't I told you that I am getting from the good of one the good of all? Are you now going to give me lessons? If you don't understand my actions, how am I to blame? Do I compel you to share my responsibility?" "Certainly not," replied the high official, drawing himself up proudly. "Your Excellency does not compel me. Your Excellency cannot compel me to share your responsibility. I understand mine in quite another way, and because I have it, I'm going to speak. I've held my peace a long time. Oh, Your Excellency need to make those gestures, because the fact that I've this for the capacity doesn't mean that I've given up my rights, that I've been reduced to the part of a slave, without cause for nothing. I don't want Spain to lose its
drop on me.
These 8 million of patient and submissive
Lord,
subjects,
and we
who
lose
hopes and
it.
delusions, but neither do I wish
I was
to
hypnotized.
their heartless exploitation. I don't wish it ever to be said that, the slave trade abolished, Spain has continued to cloak it with her banner and perfect it under a wealth of specious institutions. No, to be great, Spain does not have to be a tyrant. Spain is sufficient unto herself. Spain was greater when she had only her own territory, wrested from the clutches of the Moor. I too am a Spaniard, but before being a Spaniard I am a man, and before Spain and above Spain is her honor, the lofty principles of morality, the eternal principles of immutable justice. Ah, you are surprised that I think thus, because you have no idea of the grandeur of the Spanish name. No, you haven't any idea of it. You identify it with persons and interests. To you the Spaniard may be a pirate, he may be a murderer, a hypocrite, a cheat, anything, just so he keep what he has. But to me the Spaniard should lose everything, empire, power, wealth, everything, before his honor. Ah, my dear sir, we protest when we read that might is placed before right, yet we applaud when we see might play with the queen, not only perverting right but even using it as a tool in order to gain control. For the very reason that I love Spain, I'm speaking now, and I defy your frown. I don't wish that the coming ages accuse Spain of being the stepmother of the nations, the vampire of races, the tyrant of small islands, since it would be a horrible mockery of the noble principles of our ancient kings. How are we carrying out their sacred legacy? They promised to these islands protection and justice, and we are playing with the lives and liberties of the inhabitants. They promised civilization, and we are curtailing it, fearful that they may aspire to an honor existence. They promised him light, and we cover their eyes that they may not witness our orgies. They promised to teach them virtue, and we are encouraging their vice. Instead of peace, wealth, and justice, confusion reigns, cowardice languishes, and skepticism is fostered among the masses. Let us put ourselves in the place of the Filipinos and ask ourselves what we would do in their place. Ah, in their silence I read their right to rebel. If it matters to them, and they will rebel someday, and this will be on the side. To them will go the sympathy of all honest men.
Ooh.
Every patriot in the
Oh.
world.
Oh.
Is denied life, home, liberty, and justice, things that are essential to life, and therefore man's patrimony, that people has the right to treat who so despoils because we would the robber who intercepts us on the highway. There are no distinctions, there are no exceptions, nothing but the fact, a right, an aggression, and every honest man who does not place himself on the side of the wrong makes himself an accomplice and stains his conscience. True, I am not a soldier, and the years are cooling the little fire in my blood, but just as I would risk being torn to pieces to defend the integrity of Spain against any foreign invader or against the unjustified disloyalty in the provinces, so I also assure you that I would place myself beside the oppressed Filipinos, because I would prefer to fall in the cause of the outrage and rights of humanity to triumphing with the selfish interests of a nation, even when that nation be called as it is called. Spain. Do you know where my boat leads? Inquired His Excellency coldly, when the high official had finished speaking. The latter stared at him fixedly, then dropped his head and silently left the palace. Outside he found his carriage awaiting him. Some day when you declare yourselves independent, he said somewhat abstractedly to the native lackey who opened the carriage door for you. Remember that we were not lacking in Spain hearts that beat for you and struggle for your rights. Where, sir? Asked the lackey, who had understood nothing of this and was inquiring whether they should go. 2 hours later the high official handed in his resignation and announced his intention of returning to Spain by the next mail steamer. Chapter XXX. Effect of the bus remains. As a result of the events narrated, many mothers ordered their sons immediately to leave off their studies and devote themselves to idleness or to agriculture. When the examinations came, suspensions were plentiful, and he was a rare exception who finished the course, if he had belonged to the famous association, to which no one paid any more attention. Hexon, Tadeo, and Juanito Pilares were all alike suspended, the first receiving his dismissal with his foolish grin and declaring his intention of becoming an officer in some court, while Tadeo, with his eternal holiday realized at last, paid for an illumination and made a bonfire of his books. Nor did the others get on much better, and at length they too had to abandon their studies, to the great satisfaction of their mothers, who always fancied their sons if they should come to understand what the books teach. Juanito Pilares alone took a blow, since it forced him to leave school for his father's store, with whom he was thenceforward to be associated in the business. The rascal found the store much less entertaining, but after some time his friends again noticed his hump appear, a symptom that his good humor was returning. The rich Macaré, in view of the catastrophe, took good care not to expose himself, and having secured a passport by means of money set out in haste for Europe.
Oh man,
It was
my
said that
mouse
His
is not
Excellency, the
working.
Captain General, in his desire to do good by good means, and careful of the interests of the Filipinos, hindered the departure of everyone who could not first prove substantially that he had the money to spend and could live in idleness in European cities. Among our acquaintances, those who got off best were Sargani and Sandoval. The former passed in the subject he studied under Pongaré Fernandez and was suspended in the others, while the latter was able to confuse the examining board with his oratory. Basilio was the only one who did not pass in any subject, who was not suspended, and who did not go to Europe, for he remained inviolate in prison, subjected every 3 days to examinations, almost always the same in principle, without other variation than a change of inquisitors, since it seemed that in the presence of such great guilt all gave up or fell away in horror. And while the documents molded or were shifted about, while the stamped papers increased like the plasters of an ignorant physician on the body of a hypochondriac, Basilio became informed of all the details of what had happened in Tiani, of the death of Julia and the disappearance of Tana and Sala. Sonoma, the abused Cochero, who had driven him to San Diego, happened to be in Manila at that time and called to give him all the news. Meanwhile, some men had recovered his health, or so at least the newspaper said. Benze rendered thanks to the omnipotent who watches over such a precious life, and manifested the hope that the highest wisdom may reveal the malefactor, whose crime remained unpunished, thanks to the charity of the victim, who was too closely following the words of the great martyr. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. These and other things Benze said in print, while by mouth he was inquiring whether there was any truth in the rumor that the opulent jeweler was going to give a grand fiesta, a banquet such as had never before been seen, in part to celebrate his recovery and in part as a farewell to the country in which he had increased his fortune. It was whispered as certain that Simoon, who would have to leave with the Captain General, whose command expired in May, was making every effort to secure from Madrid an extension, and that he was advising His Excellency to start a campaign in order to have an excuse for remaining. But it was further reported that for the first time His Excellency had disregarded the advice of his favorite, making it a point of honor not to retain for a single additional day the power that had been conferred upon him, a rumor which encouraged belief that the fiesta announced would take place very soon. For the rest, Simoon remained unfathomable, since he had become very communicative, showed himself seldom, and smiled mysteriously when the rumored fiesta was mentioned. Come, send me Sinbad. Ben Zaid was rallying him, dazzle us with something Yankee. You owe something to this country. Doubtless, was Simoon's response, with a dry smile. You'll throw the house wide open, eh? Maybe, but as I have no house. You ought to have secure capital charters, which Senator Pilares got for nothing. Simoon became silent, and from that time on he was often seen in the store of Don Tomodio Pilares, with whom it was said he had entered into partnership. Some weeks afterward, in the month of April, it was rumored that Juanito Pilares, Don Tomodio's son, was going to marry Paulita Gomez, the girl coveted by Spaniards and foreigners. Some men are lucky, exclaimed other envious merchants. To buy a house for nothing, sellers consignment of galvanized iron well, get into partnership with the Simoon, and marry his son to a rich heiress. Just saying those are strokes of luck that all honorable men don't have. If you only knew whence came that luck of Senator Pilares. Another responded, in a tone which indicated that the speaker didn't know. It's also assured that there'll be a fiesta and on a grand scale, was added with mystery. It was really true that Paulita was going to marry Juanito Pilares. The love for Esargani had gradually waned, like all first love based on poetry and satire. The events of the Pasquinades and the imprisonment of the youth had shorn him of all his charms. To whom would it have occurred to seek danger, to desire to share the fate of his comrades, to surrender himself, when everyone was hiding and denying any complicity in the affair? It was quixotic. It was madness that no sensible person in Manila could pardon, and Juanito was quite right in ridiculing him, representing what a sorry figure he had when he went to the civil government. Naturally, the brilliant Paulita could no longer love a young man who ceremoniously understood social matters to be all condemned. Then she began to reflect. Juanito was clever, capable, gay, true, the son of a rich merchant of Manila, and a Spanish mestizo besides, if Don Tomodio was to be believed, a full-blooded Spaniard. On the other hand, Esargani was a provincial native who dreamed of forests infested with leeches. He was a doubtful family, with a priest for an uncle, who would perhaps be an enemy to luxury and balls, of which she was very fond. One beautiful morning, therefore, it occurred to her that she had been a downright fool to prefer him to his rival, and from that time on, Pilares' hump steadily increased. Unconsciously, yet rigorously, Paulita was obeying the law discovered by Darwin, that the female surrenders herself to the fittest male, to whom he knows how to adapt himself to the medium in which he lives, and to live in Manila there was no other like Pilares, who from his infancy had chicane at his fingertips. Led past with its Holy Week, its array of processions and pompous displays, without but a novelty than a mysterious mutiny among the artillerymen, the cause of which was never disclosed. The houses of light materials were torn down in the presence of a troop of cavalry, ready to fall upon the owners in case they should offer resistance. There was a great deal of weeping and many limitations, but the affair did not get beyond that. The curious, among them Simoon, went to see those who were left homeless, walking about indifferently and assuring each other that thenceforward they could sleep in peace. Towards the end of April, all the fears being now forgotten, Manila was engrossed with one topic, the fiesta that Don Tomodio Pilares was going to celebrate at the wedding of his son, for which the general had graciously and condescendingly agreed to be the patron. Simoon was reported to have arranged the matter. The ceremony would be solemnized 2 days before the departure of the general, who would honor the house and make a present to the bridegroom. It was whispered that the jeweler would pour down cascades of diamonds and throw away handfuls of pearls in honor of his partner's son. Thus, since he could hold no fiesta of his own, as he was a bachelor and had no house, improving the opportunity to dazzle the Filipino people with a memorable farewell. All Manila prepared to be invited, and never did uneasiness take stronger hold of the mind than the view of the thought of not being among those bidden. Friendship became a matter of dispute, and many husbands were forced by their wives to purchase bars of steel and sheets of galvanized iron in order to make friends with Don Tomodio Pilares. Chapter XXXIII. Volume number 69. At last the great day arrived. During the morning, Simoon had not left his house, busy as he was unpacking his arms and his jewels. His fabulous wealth was already locked up in the big steel chest with its canvas cover. There remaining only a few cases containing bracelets and pins, doubtless gifts that he meant to make. He was going to leave with the Captain General, who cared in no way to lengthen his stay, fearful of what people would say. Malicious winds insinuated that Simoon did not dare remain alone, since without the general's support he did not care to expose himself to the vengeance of the many wretches he had exploited, all the more reason for which was the fact that the general who was coming was reported to be a model of rectitude and might make him disgorge his gains. The superstitious Indians, on the other hand, believed that Simoon was the devil who did not wish to separate himself from his prey. The pessimist winked maliciously and said, the field may waste, the locust leave broken hearts. Only a few, a very few, smiled and said nothing. In the afternoon, Simoon had given orders to the servant that if there appeared a young man calling himself Basilio, he should be admitted at once. Then he shut himself up in his room and seemed to become lost in deep thought. Since his illness, the jeweler's countenance had become harder and gloomier, while the wrinkles between his eyebrows had deepened greatly. He did not hold himself so erect as formerly, and his head was bowed. So absorbed was he in his meditations that he did not hear a knock at the door, and it had to be repeated. He shuddered and called out, "Come in." It was Basilio, but how altered. If the change that had taken place in Simoon during those 2 months was great, in the young student it was frightful. His cheeks were hollow, his hair unkempt, his clothing disordered. The tender melancholy had disappeared from his eyes, and in his face glittered a dark light, so that it might be said that he had died and his corpse had revived, horrified with what it had seen in eternity. If not crime, then the shadow of crime had fixed itself upon upon his whole appearance. Simon himself was startled and felt pity for the wretch. Without any greeting, Basilio slowly advanced into the room, and in a voice that made the jeweler shudder said to him, saying similarly, I've been with your son and a bad brother. I've overlooked the murder of one and the tortures of the other, and God has chastised me. Now there remains to me only one desire, and it is to return evil for evil, crime for crime, violence for violence. Simon listened in silence, while Basilio continued. 4 months ago you talked to me about your plans. I refused to take part in them, but I did wrong. You have been right. 3 months and a half ago the revolution was on the point of breaking out, but I did not then care to participate in it, and the movement failed. Redeemed from my convict, I've been arrested and owe my liberty to your efforts only. You are right, and now I've come to say to you, put a weapon in my hand and let the revolution come. I am ready to serve you, along with all the rest of the unfortunates. The cloud that had darkened Simon's brow suddenly disappeared. A ray of triumph darted from his eyes. And when one who has found what he sought, he exclaimed, I'm right. Yes, I'm right. Right, and just a star on my side, because my cause is that of the persecuted. Thanks, young man, thanks. You've come to clear away my doubts, to end my hesitation. He had risen, his face was beaming. The zeal that had animated him when 4 months before he had explained his plans to Basilio and the work of his ancestors reappeared in his countenance like a red sunset after a cloudy day. Yes, he resumed. The movement failed, and many have deserted me because they saw me disheartened and wavering at the supreme moment. I still cherished something in my heart. I was not the master of all my feelings. I still loved. Now everything is dead in me. No longer is there even the corpse sacred enough for me to respect its sleep. No longer will there be any vacillation. For you yourself, an idealistic youth, a gentle dove, understand the necessity and come to spur me to action. Some of late you have opened your eyes, for between you and me together we might have executed marvelous plans.
It's time to start
I have
winding
your soul
down.
spreading
We
death
need to
and
go,
perfume and gold, brutalizing the vicious and corrupting, or paralyzing the few good, and you below among the people, among the young men,
Hippie
stirring
Crusher
like the blood and tears.
from the Borscht Belt.
Podcast,
Hey man,
instead of being bloody and murderous,
what's
would have been
up?
holy, perfect, artistic.
I dropped off earlier.
But no intelligence would support me. I encountered
I'm trying to
fear of feminist
practice
among the
to
enlightened
get
classes, selfishness among the rich,
Like I said,
simplicity among the youth, and only in the mountains. In
I
the
have
waste
never
places,
done
among
this
the outcasts,
seriously.
have I found my men.
But
But no matter now.
with I have a young daughter, I'm trying to set a good
Rounding out the
example. You know?
details of the rough
Lawful
work upon
question,
what those to come
whatever.
take charge. Seizing the arm of Basilio, who was listening without comprehending
The
all he said,
Borscht
he led him
Belt.
to the laboratory where he kept his chemical mixtures.
It sounds like,
Upon the table
you
was
know,
placed a large casing of dark shagreen, similar to those that hold the silver plate exchanged as gifts among the rich and powerful.
I always
This,
think of
Simon
Eastern
revealed to
Europe
see,
because a
upon
lot of
the
my
red set,
family is
like a very
from
peculiar shape.
Poland.
His body was in the form of a pomegranate as large as a man's head, with fishes
Okay, I'm
exposed
not-
to
I'm
view the seeds
commenting
inside,
on this,
which were fashioned of enormous carnelitis. The covering was
But
of
tell
oxide
me,
gold
is
and
it
exact
not
imitation
Eastern
of the leaves
Europe?
on the fruit. Someone took it out with great care, removing the burner, exposed to view the
I'm
interior
gonna
of the
look
tank,
it up.
which was lined with steel 2 centimeters in thickness and which had a capacity of over a liter.
oh,
Basilio questioned him
I
for hours,
have
for asking
known
concrete
that.
matter. Without
I'm a big,
Someone carefully took from a cabinet a flask and showed the young man the formula written upon it. Nitroglycerin.
I have known that, and
Remember
that is in a
Basilio,
book on
stepping
Jewish
backwards and
humor
instinctively thrusting his hands behind him.
as well.
Nitroglycerin.
You ever seen the documentary When
Dynamite.
Jews Were Funny?
Beginning now to
I'm
understand.
a big
He
fan
felt
of
his hair
Jack
stand on end.
Carter.
Yes, nitroglycerin.
Hold on, I'm getting ready
But
to
he
wind
hit
down
someone
the show
slowly,
and
with his
stuff.
cold smile and a look of delight at the
Me-
glass flask. It's all.
Listen, this is a moving thing for me. Jack Carter reappeared. I mean, when I was the youngest I could be, we would see Jack Carter, like, I don't know, on Ed Sullivan or something like that. And he used to go around with Bob Hope. This is a Borscht Belt kind of guy. He would go around with Bob Hope. Bob Hope was like, man, I'm so tired doing these stand-up comedy things. And he would have like Jack Carter come out and do most of the show and be so funny. And a lot of people are like, when I go to Temple, I'm like, hey, you know Jack Carter? Never heard of him. It's like, but he came back and was Wilbur Cobb, right, on Ren and Stimpy, and also about Jews in comedy. Chris Falusi, who did the Ren and Stimpy and his, early, he had a lot going for him, but he ruined it. But he leaned on Peter Lorre. That whole Ren Hoek thing, go look at Peter Lorre, Mad Love. Right. You're not like the others. You're like the same things I do. Right? That's from Mad Love. It's like he built his Ren character and his fame across the whole United States on Peter Lorre. It's the truth. Now, the second thing is he was smart and got on that Ren and Stimpy show. He got Jack Carter late in his life to come on there, and I will always tell the story. They did Bassmasters, where Ren, the character, if you haven't seen, is a great. It's a great Jack Carter routine because he escapes from prison while they're trying to get ready to do their TV show. Now, here's Chris Falusi. His whole routine is based on Peter Lorre, right? And then his sidekick, Stimpy, Louis Feinberg, Larry Fine of the Three Stooges, he's a perfect imitator of that. Their whole routine is based on two Jewish comedians, and then right when they're getting ready to start the show, Jack Carter, as Chief Lightning Rod, escapes from prison and jumps in the middle of the boat, and he's like,
"Don't tell me you sail these treacherous waters without an Indian guide. You'd be $2 short of a bushel. You need the help of me, Big Chief."
and he holds up his hands, and of course he's just escaped from prison. He's got manacles on his hands, and he's holding them up, and he's like,
"Big Chief, lightning rod."
like you need that on a lake, you know, in the early morning, in thunderstorms or whatever like that. And that's an example of layers of wrong. Like Jack Carter, when he does this, he goes, "You'd be $2 short of a bushel." The colloquialism is 2 pecks. Peck, half-ass, right? Right? It's not bucks, right? It's pecks. And it means you'd be just 50% without an Indian guide, right? He's not an Indian guide. He's wearing, anyway. I thought that when Jack Carter came back in the last years of his life, it's still, and also I was pissed because Duckman, I have a lot of good things to say about the cartoon Duckman, but they used Jack Carter and eviscerated his kind of humor. If you look up Jack Carter on IMDb, compare his work as Wilbur Cobb, which is some of the outstanding. Like, one of the things is he's a director of a cartoon, and Ren and Stimpy company, and Ren and Stimpy are trying to sell a cartoon to him.
And he's like, "World War II, there I was, up to my elbows in Nazis."
That routine is classic, and it's like the layers of wrongness. $2 short of a bushel. Is this guy full of crap, or is he trying to swindle me, or is it both, or is he like senility or something, because he's doing this old man routine, like maybe I'm a doddering old fool, right? But then he gets the colloquialism wrong, and he says, he's making stuff up as he goes, and it's the several layers of wrongness, right? That I think it's great humor, and I think a lot of the modern day, I still go back, and my daughter is 4 years old, and she'll watch the Three Stooges for hours with me. They're classic. Who could imagine the Three Stooges, the first to satirize Hitler, and their shtick is what? Hitler is Jewish, right? The Jewish paper hangers of Moronica, that was the first, they're hanging the wallpaper, and the bankers are in there, and they're like, "We only made $14 million in the last quarter, we need to overthrow this monarchy so we can have a war and establish a dictatorship." And the Three Stooges were like, yeah, hanging paper in there, and the bankers were like, "Who would be idiotic enough to fall for our stupid ploy and start a war? Gentlemen, I think I have just the men." And they go in there, and the Three Stooges are like, "Shalom Aleichem." And in that episode, when Mo Hailstone, when he's imitating Hitler or whatever, he's speaking Yiddish, right? So when he gets really pissed off, they're like, "Matty Herring has started a conspiracy to overthrow the dictatorship and reestablish the monarchy. What will we do?" And Mo Hailstone is like, We'll start a Blitzkrieg, a pancake war, right? We'll start a Blitzkrieg." And yet when he gets mad, he's like, he uses the Yiddish form in was gehabt haben, which is I've had it in gehabt haben. I've had it in, and the only time I can make it out clearly is in Puppet gehabt haben, which if you speak Yiddish, that's like I've had it in the belly button, and it sounds like German, right? So everybody's like, yeah, but they never said Hitler. They always called him Schäkelgruber, right? So this is the thing, and it could be the director, which is Julius White, which I always suspect. I don't think Jules White identified as Jewish, but with a name like Jules Weiss from Eastern Europe or whatever, it's like one of those names like an okay Jewish name, a white Jew, or something like that. I don't know if it's true, but they never said Hitler. They always said Schekelgruber. Now, what does that mean in Yiddish? Money grubber, right? And it's interesting. And my thing, I've worked in a lot of my career with brain injury people, and I also know. Look at Erich von Stroheim. Here's one of the greatest Jews in cinematic history. He played himself off as an Austrian nobility or whatever. He was Jewish, right? He was the Nazi in film before Nazism, right? Go back and study his work. And when you put that whole trench warfare, this is the thing. I'm an advocate for caring for people, not having war and not having people get their brain injured. Because what if Hitler was Jewish? Well, he could have been. Fritz Haber was Jewish. He made the gas that was using, Fritz Haber. Read the story of his life. And, what is it, Solomon Perel? His whole life in the Hitler Youth or whatever. This is the thing, we got to speak out against war. Because what if Hitler was Jewish? He got hit in the head. He got shell shocked. This is, and I'll tell you, firsthand experience. When somebody gets brain damage, you don't know what they can do. It's terrible, right? But anyway, I've got my young daughter. It's time for her to get up, and I'm gonna. Oh man, oh you got the names, of course. I have known that, and that's in that. They talk about that in that documentary, When Jews Were Funny. And for anybody who doesn't know who Jack Carter is, really, this is a very hard-working stand-up comedian and a brilliant a man that slaved away till the end of his life as a performer, and should be better appreciated. Go check out Jack Carter. And with that, I'm going to have to sign off. Hopefully I'm going to get back on as soon as I can. But really, give me a hippie crusher. I'm glad to meet you. Give me a like and subscribe, and let's get together and have bagels. All right.